Good afternoon, folks. You'll have to forgive me because this video is going to be way dark because, well, the lights went out. So there you go. There you have it. Real with Robo. I just read a post about the demands by BLM for Portland, Oregon. They want to defund prisons, defund police, defund jails, divest from fossil fuels. They want rent-frees for all, housing for all, healthcare for all, education for all. That is a mighty big goal. Now, I suppose I might as well tell you that when you fail to pass it in Congress and in the stupid little COVID bills, pass it down to your lackeys. 1. Move jail, prison, and police funds to school, jobs, and social services. What could go wrong? Let's see, if we defund prisons and jails, then that would have to move it to the private sector, and, well, they complain about the private sector running the jails way too much now. But yeah, let's go ahead to fund the prisons and the jails. But wait, I know. Better thing. How about if we just close them all? Then we'll just let murderers, rapists, child molesters, serial killers go out on the street. I mean, who doesn't feel safe, right? Because that's eventually what they want to do. After me reading all of this, and after you listening to all of this, you are going to understand that these are not the demands of some normal individual thinking for equality. These are more the demands of some damn psychopath that need Jesus. Alright? Second one, close Long Creek Youth Development Center. Now, I don't know what Long Creek Youth Development Center is, but from the sound of it, it sounds like CYA. Okay? Youth Authority. So, criminal, again. Refuse any cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. So what you're saying is you want illegal immigrants to flood your city. Okay. Refuse to enforce federal immigration laws. Again, you want illegal immigrants to flood your city. Well, gee, what could go wrong? Why don't you ask LA, New York, San Francisco, and other sanctuary cities? My, what a list. Decriminalize all drug and prostitution related offenses. So what you're saying is to help the black community, it would help them to decriminalize drug and prostitution offenses. If I was a black community right now, I'd be kind of offended because they're basically saying you guys would have it easier if you weren't all crackheads, drug dealers, pimps, and hoes. And yeah, I know you're not stupid, so I know you see that, okay? Retroactively decriminalize prostitution and drug-related offenses. They're basically saying all you guys are is prostitutes, pimps, drug dealers, and crackheads. So if they take out that crime, it'll be easier on you to flourish. Amend laws to expunge criminal records. You see what I'm saying? The criminal element, it just gets me in all of these. And if you listen closely, you're going to catch on to it, trust me. Reparations for failed war on drugs and criminalization of prostitution. Oh my God. I mean, can people be even more disrespectful saying that funds should go to people that were convicted of drugs and prostitution, and that would help the black community? Yeah, I don't know if you're insulted, but I'm insulted for you. Enact meaningful universal health care. My only question is, we already got that. It's called government-funded health care. In Tennessee, it's TennCare and Medicaid. In Seattle, Portland, Oregon, maybe it's Oregon Care or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what you guys have out there, but are these people stupid? I'm just curious. I'm starting to wonder about their stupidity. And then they want to add free tuition. Okay, so free education for all. Okay, well that's great, but who's going to pay for it? From the prisons and jails and police? Do you think they actually put that kind of money into prison, jails, and police? I hope you guys don't aspire to go to Harvard or Yale, because all the money that you pay your prison, jails, and police right now is probably about a month's tuition at Harvard. I'm just saying, kids. I mean, let's get real here. Divest from use of all fossil fuels and remove oil storage tanks. Okay, so what they're basically saying there is, don't drive any cars. Don't do it. Don't drive. None of y'all better jump in no cars. Okay, so they're going to take away your right to drive. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, I mean, and you know, fossil fuels includes gas. You know that, right? And police as COVID-19 rule enforcement. So what they want to do is they want to say, hey, you know, police, no more. They're not going to be enforcing COVID-19. But then just a few steps down, they want to establish an official COVID-19 equity task force. So if not police, who's going to do that? Are you going to put your life on the line? Your family's life on the line? To make sure people are wearing masks and staying 6 feet apart? And if they're not, are you going to deal with the people that aren't? Are you? I'm just curious. I mean, who are they going to get? The doctors, the nurses? So then the sick people can't get help because the doctors and the nurses are too busy out there saying, stay 6 feet apart. Put on your mask, dear. Wash your hands. Remove police from school budget. By the way, police aren't in the school budget, so you're dumb. A policeman does not get paid extra by the school to have one of those policemen at school. How do I know? I know a courtesy officer, and she says she doesn't get paid any more than what she already gets paid, so she doesn't get paid by the school either. She gets paid by the state. Call for arrest of officers who killed Breonna Taylor. There's only one thing that I could see wrong with this one, is if she was shot 8 times. Okay, I'm just saying, I haven't read her autopsy. And as you know, my power is out, so I can't go read her autopsy. But say she was shot 8 times. 2 of them were in her chest, and they were non-lethal. And 6 of them came from her back, and they were all lethal. Then that means the boyfriend would have been the one that killed her. I want to know where the lethal bullet came from. And I want ballistics on that too. Allocate funds from prison police to COVID-19 relief. Now, how in the hell are we going to allocate the funds from all that? How are we going to allocate the funds from the police, the prisons, and all that, and put them into social services? What was the other one? Let me look it up here real quick. Sorry. Free schooling, schools, and jobs. Okay? So, now it's also COVID-19. Okay. Relief. Require racial impact statements on school budgets and new policies. So basically, they want somebody to go up there and say, that's not fair to little black children, because it hurts their feelings when they have to go and do a test that everybody else in the nation has to do. Okay? It hurts their feelings that 2 + 2 = 4. So I don't think... They're basically saying your kids are fucking retarded. Okay? That's what they're basically saying. Racial impact statements in schools? What the hell does that even have to do with anything? On new policies? So apparently what they're saying is that if you take a policy that's in force now and you think about it racially, they're basically saying that black children cannot follow the same rules as white children. So black children aren't special ed, but they're one step above it. That's what these people are saying about your kids. I mean, seriously, I don't even know why you support them. This is ridiculous. Purchase and use only history and civic books authored by black and native scholars. Okay. Well, I can see a few problems in that. Scholars, okay, they know the true history of each incident in American history and world history. And the bad thing about it is, you're going to have to brace your children for the truth of slavery. It wasn't caused by white people. It was caused by warring tribes in Africa who took the losing tribe, put them on a slave block, and sold them for pork, tobacco, and cotton. Pass school budgets basically to force hire black and brown teachers, meaning black and brown teachers, and it says to encourage the hiring of black and brown teachers. So basically what they're saying is that through the budget, they're going to force schools to hire black and brown teachers, because black and brown teachers are not competent enough nor qualified enough to get the job without a little push. And any black and brown teachers that listen to Real with Robo, yeah, I know how you're feeling right now. Pass a budget that encourages hiring black and brown teachers. Basically for somebody, because apparently black and brown teachers can't get a teaching job on their own merit, nor on their own accord. I'm insulted right now, and I never graduated high school. Ban facial recognition tech, which endangers black femmes. Now, I don't understand what they mean by femmes, because femme is a Latin word that means female. So, that endangers black females? How does facial recognition endanger black females? Or do they mean criminals? Because that's what they use facial recognition for. Now I'm going to cut this short and I'm going to come back to you. All right? I'm going to have my dinner and then we'll get a Real with Robo part 2 on this, okay? So this is just part 1. Those are the demands. And they're basically saying that without a leg up, black and brown people can't get jobs, can't follow the law, can't follow the rules, will only grow up to be prostitutes, pimps, drug addicts, or drug dealers, and criminals. And my other problems will come in part 2, when I explain to you about why these demands are retarded. But I think you probably already know. This was just to let you know how BLM is not only insulting the black community, but they actually want to destroy the black community and all communities therein. I pray to God they never get their demands. Because this is just sick, insulting. Sick, insulting. I'm white and I'm insulted for the black and brown people that I know. I think it's insulting, I think it's degrading, and I think it's disgusting. But I'm going to have my supper. So, Real with Robo Part 2 comes up next.